What is mana? All right. Mana in anthropology is a sacred impersonal force. A lot of times people think of the Force in Star Wars, and it's not too far off. The idea is kind of that mixed with good luck. If we think of it in our kind of Western way, what is mana in our culture? It's kind of the hope that you can use this good luck thing to help you out. And I'll give you an example. You might think you don't believe in mana, but you kind of do. I know I do. Okay, here's how it works. So for me, the years when I would travel to the jungle, to Central America to do my archaeological research, those kind of travels, of course, have a bit of a danger aspect to them, whether it's flying on a plane, whether it's walking through the jungle, things can go wrong, you can get sick. There's an element of danger. So you hope in those times that you have good luck, right? That you have mana. And for me, in the early days, I first started doing this stuff in the early 90s when we had Walkman, like tape players, right? To listen to tapes, because you're gonna do these sort of things in the jungle just to pass some of the time, to kind of get your mind out of the doldrums sometimes. Music is a great way to do it, and I always recommend my students bring some music. Of course, in the early mid-90s, this would mean bringing a Walkman with tapes. Now, I am a huge Van Halen fan, and of course, wherever I went, on whatever expedition I went on, I would bring Van Halen 1984, the tape. And I brought that with me on these adventures, and nothing ever went wrong. The plane never crashed, the boat never overturned, I made it back from the jungle. So as the years went by, I infused the Van Halen 1984 tape with mana, with good luck, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Every time I took the tape with me, which was every time, everything was okay. So, if we think of the change in technology, what comes next? Several years into it, of course, we're going to change to CDs. Now, I would bring with me the Van Halen 1984 CD, along with some other CDs too, right? Just to have a little variety. But for the first year or two after I switched to CDs, I would still bring the Van Halen 1984 tape with no tape player. Why would I do that? Because it's the tape that had mana. But luckily, in those like 1 or 2 years, 1 or 2 summers, where I would bring both the CD and the tape, the mana was able to transfer over into the CD. So soon thereafter, I could leave the tape at home, and the mana was now in the CD. But guess what? You know where this goes. Times change. How do we listen to music now? First, it was through iPods, and now it's on our phone. But the music comes in the same format. It's digital. So I had to transfer the mana from the CD over into my phone. And how I did this was, I needed to make sure to download the Van Halen 1984 album in its entirety at a high bit rate. Because the high bit rate grabs all the mana. So, luckily, I did not have to take the CD this time. I felt that the mana came in by using the high bitrate transfer. But up until today, and this is 20 plus years, right, after the fact, 25 years after the fact, every field season, I, of course, bring my phone with my music on it, and in that music must be the entirety of the Van Halen 1984 album at a high bit rate. I don't even need to necessarily listen to it, but I do. I don't need to listen to it. I just need to know it's there because it is infused with mana that brings me good luck, which means that my journey will be fine. Mana in anthropology.